Welcome back, y'all. So now we're gonna do something really simple. We're gonna do toast, like that ubiquitous, avocado toast, but we're gonna do it a little different. We're gonna do browned butter, wilted nettles. I have some pre-wilted nettles on toast with vintage white cheddar cheese and a little squeeze of lemon juice. Weird combination. The herb brown butter is definitely almost like the herb brown butter from the raviolis, but it's got a lot less rosemary and sage and a lot more parsley. The nettles, I pre-wilted some nettles, and these are just regular wilted nettles. And the reason why I pre-wilted them is because when you're doing the brown butter sauce and making them ready for the toast, I like them a little crispy bits on the nettles. So I like them a little bit of extra crispy. So when they're browning in the butter, they're getting wicked good and ready for the toast. I like to cut my toast thick, probably about an inch thick. I'm gonna make 2 toasts so that we have enough for dinner. And I hope this one is not too thick. No, these are perfect. And you can use your toaster. I'm using a toaster, folks. I'm putting them down in the toaster. Bam. Toast down in the toaster. All right, while that's in there, I'm gonna grab a little regular butter and add it to a saute pan and get it really on its way to being brown butter. I got my sea salt and cracked pepper ready, my cheddar ready, my plate ready, my cannabis butter ready. So when the toast actually comes out of the toaster or in the oven, or you can toast it in the pan, however you'd like, what you want to do is you want to smear it with a nice little amount of cannabis butter. That's the cannabis element in this dish. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want it to soak into the toast, get the toast a little moist, because we're going to melt some cheese on top of that. Oh yeah, we're going to melt some cheese. Some vintage white cheddar. That's what I'm talking about. Pan's going. As soon as the pan gets going real good, I'm going to throw the herbs in there because these herbs are brown, right? We want these herbs crispy bits too, but these herbs are raw, whereas the cannabis or the nettles have already been wilted because they would have took a ton of time to get cooked. Got some nettle tips in here too. Yeah, this is going to be really nice. I'm excited about this one. I really am. A little bit more butter just so we get the butter going in the brown section. Yeah, brown butter. We got to be brown butter if we say brown butter, right? We got to have enough to brown. A little lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, sea salt. All right, we got all our elements going. We even got our plate ready to go for when it's time to plate this thing up. This one's a quick one. Usually the time it takes the toaster to toast the toast and the pan to brown the butter is how long it takes to do this. And if you don't like butter, by all means, spread on some coconut butter, infused coconut butter, if you don't like dairy from a cow. If you just want to drizzle it with some cannabis infused olive oil, by all means, do that too. Oh yeah, we're getting brown here. I'll be able to add the nettles here in a second. And I will tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna run it through these nettles just one quick time so I don't have any long stragglers when I take a bite through my toast. That's one thing I do hate is when somebody, or don't hate, you can't hate anything. It's what I dislike is when somebody takes something good like a sandwich and makes it like a big pregnant sandwich and all the meat's in the middle and everything else falls to the side, or it's a big dry bread piece to the side. So we run the knife through the nettles a few times. Herbs are getting nice and brown in the butter. We're going to hit it with the salt and pepper one time. Remember, layering flavors, so we're going to hit it with salt and pepper 2 or 3 times. And I just, I don't know if you guys heard it, but I heard that universal sound of the toaster is up. And yeah, I'm going to drop this for one more second with my eye on it. It's not dark enough for me. I like it to have a little darkness to it. Oh yes, herbs are browning up nice. I'm gonna add the nettles to the brown butter sauce and herbs, the chopped up nettles. Let them get crispy bits in that butter. Spread them out on the bottom of the pan. We like crispy bits. We definitely like crispy bits. We're gonna do another round of salt. Another round of pepper. I'm checking on my toast right now because I think it's about done. Yeah. Yeah. And this is, you can do French or Italian. You can do whatever toast you like. For me, it's sourdough, whatever it is. Make sure it's sourdough. And we're going to smear it. Yeah, I said smear. With Cannabutter. And I wish you could smell this Cannabutter right now. It is off the hook. Look at the color on that. And I can smell my crispy bits going. If you're worried about dosage, make sure that you only use a teaspoon or a tablespoon of the Cannabutter. All right? And I like to slap one of the things of cheese on there right now because the heat of the toast will actually start melting that cheese a little bit. And the herb browned nettles, the crispy bits. Oh, yes. The sage leaves are brown. This is looking really nice. So, a little bit more butter, regular butter, just to give it some wetness. Things are starting to crisp up. A tiny bit of Cannabutter, because we want it to be cannabis infused. Yeah. Another little pinch of salt. Yes, we are almost ready to get these on a plate. The nettles will definitely help with the melting of the cheese on this. If you have a broiler, by all means, throw it in a broiler. Me, I'm okay. I like the heat of the nettles to melt the cheese because then it's not like gooey. It's like almost perfectly melted. Waiting for the nettles to be done. We got some tongs. Sea salt, finish it up. You always got to do that sea salt flake at the end. Oh my goodness, yeah. This is looking real nice, you guys. Real nice. I'm going to do a little pinch of these in here. Just because that sea salt is like an addiction of mine. Oh yeah, we got crispy bits, we got long bits. Make sure you don't have too many big, huge stems in there. We got herbs, all the parsley. While this is warm, get it on your toast with a little bit of that brown butter. Get it a little spread out there. Yeah. I can get those tongs out of here and go to a spoon. You can tell all of us that went to a French culinary school, we got spoons handy at all times. Get all those bits, those crispy bits, all the brown butter, all the herbs. Oh yes, this is just like in Italy we have a lot of nettle toast, but we use rapini, nettles, a lot of different greens. Rapini is one of my favorites. Broccoli Rob, oh yeah. All right, simple. Like I said, folks, we're about done with this one. We have another grind of pepper. Cheese is starting to melt on there. Oh yeah, another sprinkle of sea salt. Got to have enough sea salt on there. This one's actually going to put me to sleep. And some lemon juice. Don't skimp on the lemon juice. I know it's kind of an odd thing. Cheese, lemon juice and all that. Nettles, toast. You can't go wrong with that. You really can't. So I got a nice little plate, little earthenware plate. Plate some earthenware dish. And like I said, you can pop those under the broiler and let the cheese melt a little bit more if you want. I'm going to add some rosemary flowers because like I love that alpha pinene, that pinene boost, and that connection to the forest that we had with the nettles. I love taking a walk in the forest and just smoking on some good cannabis. And, you know, that That's the lifestyle that some of us actually went to prison for. And I'm not trying to advocate anything like that, but I'm just trying to say. Oh yeah, pepper, sea salt. And if you wanted to hit it with a little bit of more lemon juice or cannabis olive oil, by all means you can. This one's simple, you guys. Real simple. Wild nettle and vintage cheddar toast with Cannabutter.